My favorite exercise, and probably the best exercise for developing that wide, capped look to your shoulders, is a variation on a classic. It's the Y raise. This is a movement that has been popularized by my friend Cassim Hansen, and I think it is absolutely brilliant, as it overcomes all the potential issues that people have with training their shoulders. First of all, if we contrast this with the typical dumbbell lateral raise out to your side, or what I guess we could now call a T raise, the T raise puts your traps and neck into a good position to be working, as some or all of their fibers are in direct alignment with the weight. So of course they're going to work. The shoulders work too as well, but you'll always find yourself fighting the urge to rotate your arm outwards, which is probably why you've heard the cue of rotating your hands down, or imagine you're pouring milk out of a milk jug when performing the exercise to put that mid-delt on top. Instead of doing that and using that cue and constantly fighting against your natural biomechanics, why don't we just change the setup slightly so you can focus on what really matters, which is getting as much as you can out of your shoulders and put as much tension through your shoulders. So for the Y raise, you'll be lying on an inclined bench. This forwards angle of your body on the bench doesn't just provide bracing support to give you more stability, it also allows you to put your mid-delt into a direct line of pull against the resistance of the dumbbell. Or in less geeky terms, it means it puts the middle delt on top, without you having to artificially rotate your shoulder in. It also allows your traps to do some of the work, but due to the position that you're in, what you'll find is they don't tend to dominate as much, as they're in a much less advantageous position to do so. So instead of dominating, they'll take more of a supportive role in coordinating the movement that is occurring at your shoulder by stabilizing the shoulder blade. Now, with that in mind, it's also important to be talking about what you should be doing with your shoulder blades when you perform this exercise, as that is another huge error that I see people making, and another one that I've made a lot in the past with my own training and my own coaching. There is a natural rhythm or relationship that exists here in the shoulder joint known as scapulohumeral rhythm. What it means is that for every degree of motion that occurs here at the arm, or the humerus for the anatomy nerds out there, there should be a degree of motion occurring at the shoulder blade, or the scapula, as well. And by the exact same token, if one of those bones can't move for whatever reason, that will restrict the movement of the other bone. So, if we keep the shoulder blades fixed in one position only, that will stop the arm's ability to move. When our goal is to move the arm from A to B, we must allow the shoulder blades to move freely as well. While it is possible to create some sort of disassociation between these two bones by locking the shoulder blades back and down, your nervous system will always be fighting against you on this, and it will cause a big loss in output from the target muscles, and also has the potential to create a lot of shoulder issues down the road. And that is the biggest mistake that I see people making. It's keeping their shoulder blades pinned back and down when performing the fly motion. Instead, we need to let them move freely and trust that the right exercise, setup, and technique is being used to get you working in the right regions. Again, if you feel the traps or neck dominating, that should be your sign that you haven't nailed the perfect setup for your structure and you need to adjust something. It can be a little frustrating at first, but I think it's unrealistic to expect to nail everything perfectly the first time you try something, or even the first few times you try something. So don't be afraid to take the extra time to experiment and find what angle of bench works best for you in terms of comfort and your ability to perform the exercise.